Passek, the FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today I'll be tying a staple for pretty well all still waters, the leech. It is one of my favorite patterns. I love fishing leeches, especially at dusk. I love fishing leeches. I always have, and it's probably one of my top three go-to patterns. Whether like insects or terrestrials or whatever that I target, and that's leeches. So black and red has always been my go-to, and that's what this is going to be. Fairly simple fly, must have in my opinion for any still waters, and outstanding in BC and Alberta. So what we will be tying, I'll switch you guys over to the big camera. We will be tying that, just a real simple black and red leech. Okay, so today in the vise, we got a Hook BL700 by Hook-Hends, the size 12. For the body, what I'm doing is I'm taking Semperfli ice dubbing in black and Semperfli ice dubbing in red, and I'm going to mix them. Okay, so I haven't done that yet because I wanted to show you guys how nice this Semperfli stuff is. Look at this. Look how long these strands are. Really long strands. So you know that's going to pull out really nicely. So just taking a couple of bunches like that and putting them on my tying desk here. I'll pull it up and show you guys in a minute exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to do the same thing. A couple of bunches of strands of the black. And just lay it on top of each other. So now I've got a bundle like that. Okay. Now I'm just going to grab it basically by one end, and I'm just going to pull out and stack. And pull out and stack and pull out and stack. That's it. I'm just going to keep on doing it. I'm going to do it off camera because it's a little easier for me to do it down on the desk here. Just pulling out and stacking just to keep the material lined up. All right. So I want this material to stay lined up as close as I can. I mean, it's not a huge deal. Right. So then, now that it's mixed, I'm going to take it and I'm actually going to roughly cut this stuff in half. Just roughly. Okay. Then I'm going to line it up on my desk here. I'm going to take my handy dandy dollar store material clip. And I'm going to catch my material in. Okay, so my material is roughly about halfway. Now that that's prepared, I'm just going to wax my thread. You can use any color thread you want here. Black, red, white. I'm using white for now. You're not gonna see any of the thread anyway because the head, the whip finish and stuff is gonna be right behind the bead anyway, so you're not gonna see it. It's gonna be buried. So now there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can grab some more material and fold it over and lay it down, and then use that as a tail, something like you would do for marabou. But because these strands are so nice and long, you don't actually have to do that. So I'm just gonna counterclockwise with my thread here just to make sure I can open it, because I'm going to split thread it. Split threading or dubbing loop is the way to go here. So whatever you feel more comfortable with. I like split threading. I don't even know where my dubbing spinner is right now. Oh yeah, back here. So I've got these. I've got some expensive spinners, and all that. I always go back to this one, the cheap little one. I love this little thing. So if I use it, that's the one I'll use. So now I'm going to just open my thread up, carefully get my whole thing in there, and then I'm going to tighten up my thread, let it come off, slowly let go with my material clip. So there, it's kind of hard to see, but it's all kind of laying in there. You know what? I'm going to zoom out just so you guys can see, just for a minute. So you can see that it's all laid in there, right? Like that. So now I'm just going to spread that out, and then I'll spin. So I'm going to zoom back in now for you. So now I'm just going to spread that out along here so I get an even body and more, right? Because this is going to, like I said, it's going to create body and tail, the whole bit. So, and you're going to lose some. Some's going to fall out here, but it's not a big deal. Just keep it, and you can use it as a regular dubbing later. Like it's already falling, right? So I got like little pieces like this just coming off, but not a big deal. That's totally fine. So now that you've got a halfway decent spin, I might give it a little bit more just to make sure. Then I can take my dubbing brush the brush portion of it, and I'm just going to pull a bit of that out. I want it nice and leggy, right? Now you don't have to do this step, but I just find it just saves you more work later on. There, so make sure you guys are in focus here. There we go. So now I'm just going to be careful and not smoke the camera every time I come around. Now the other thing you can do is lay an underbody of like a flash or something. So now once I start, every time I come around, I'm just gonna drag that back. And like I said, this will all pull out later on anyway, so don't be worried about what it looks like as you're tying it. Okay, just make sure you cover this whole body. A nice touching wraps. Just use all of that up. Yeah, I'll get that all in there. So now I'm just going to go in right behind the eye there, right behind the bead, sorry. 10 or 15 turns just to tie that in. Okay, now I'm going to take my whip finisher, give it one set of 6 or 8 whip finishes, and to do a second set, because I'm going to get kind of aggressive here with pulling this out. I want to make sure if I happen to pull out one set of the whip finishes, there's a second set in behind. Just cleaning up some of my mess down here, guys. So now I'm going to take my dubbing brush and I'm going to take the Velcro portion, or you can get like a Stone Foe. They've got one with dubbing, right? A dubbing brush with Velcro. This is just it's actually a dubbing brush you can buy, and then I just put Velcro on the 2 sides myself. So start pulling it out. Like I said, pretty aggressive, right? And if you really want to get in there, you can grab your thin one, popsicle stick, Stone Foe one, and get right in that hook deep, right? And get it out of there as well. And that's why I said if you want to put like a hollow tinsel or something underneath, that'll show through once you've pulled this out, right? So like I said, it's a pretty simple pattern, but super effective. So, and there is your finished leech. Really simple, right? Now, if you don't like it that long, you can just grab it and pinch off some of that last little bit there. Once this gets wet, all these little curly cues and stuff will slick right out, right? This will slicken right out for you, right? And again, those little curly cues, if you don't like them, just give them a rip. Don't cut them. Don't cut them. Don't cut them. Right? That's it. Really simple pattern. Like I said, you can see that it's pulled right out of there. It's just a little bit of a thin layer right on. If you don't like that much red, put more black in. If you don't like that much black, put more red in. You know, that's up to you, right? Do what you think you like and what you think for your area. If you know that the fish like more red or more black, you know, or tie both, right? Tie some with more red, tie some with more black. Alrighty. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, give her a thumbs up. If you already subscribed, thank you very much. If you haven't, please consider doing so. Smash that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. My videos come out Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and Sunday mornings. Tie lines, everyone. Enjoy your tying. Get out and fish.